aspects of gold, not only just why you should own it, but how you get into gold, particularly if you're a newbie or of limited means. Maybe you want to give gold to your grandkids. What are ways of doing that with gold at nearly $2,000 an ounce? And then we're going to look about how to do it safely and so on. But let me introduce the panel. We've got Dave Russell, who's come to us. He's the Director of Marketing for Goldcorp. You can come out now. He's come all the way from Dublin, Ireland. We've got Rich Checkan, who's the President and CEO of Asset Strategies International, someone I've known for 40 years. We've got Jeremy Cordon, the founder of Goldback. And then last, but by no means least, we've got Dana Samuelson, President of American Gold Exchange. Okay, welcome panel. Well, I guess I'm standing up here, I don't know. So what I'd like, maybe, first of all, you could each just do the, I'll say elevator pitch, but just give us a minute or two on who you are, your background, and what services you offer that might be of interest to people. Who wants to start? Dave?
Yeah, sure. So Dave Russell, Goldcorp. We're actually based in Ireland, but we've offices here in California, and we're precious metals physical brokers. We do a lot of business with American clients that are looking to buy and store physical precious metals, either domestically right here in the States in a number of different locations, or internationally, whether that's London, whether that's the Asia, or in Switzerland. So if anybody is looking to talk about anything like that at any stage, we're on stand 401B over there.
Rich?
Yeah, Rich Checkan, President of Asset Strategies International. We're in our 42nd year now, formed in '82 by my uncle and his partner. We're brokers of precious metals, so we buy and sell gold, silver, platinum, palladium, bars, coins. We also designed the Perth Mint Certificate Program for the Perth Mint about 27 years ago now. We work with personal funds, IRA funds. We also work with rare coins, so that's mainly U.S. gold and silver, but also world and ancients. And you want an honest broker? You found him.
Okay, great. My name's Jeremy. I'm the founder of Goldback. If you guys are familiar with these guys, I don't retail Goldbacks. I wholesale them to about 80 different precious metals dealers that sell them all over the world, including in Europe and Australia, all over the U.S. We actually launched Goldback here at Freedom Fest 4 years ago, and since then Goldbacks have become the most successful local currency in American history. We've got over 1 million users, we've sold over $80 million worth of Goldbacks, and we're really starting to see exponential growth with it. So
Excellent.
I'm Dana Samuelson, President of American Gold Exchange. We're a national physical precious metals dealer, market maker out of Austin, Texas. We're in our 25th year. I've been in the business for 43 years. I was a protege of Jim Blanchard, who was the individual most responsible for the private re-legalization of gold ownership in 1974. I'm also a vintage U.S. gold coin expert, the pre-1933 U.S. gold coins. And I'm a past president of the Professional Numismatists Guild, which is the leading organization of rare coin dealers in the country. So we sell physical precious metals and we deliver them. We don't store.
Okay, thank you. Well, now we know who the panelists are. I think the first question might be for Rich, I don't know, but everybody can chime in, of course. So if we're looking at, new investors, let's say people of less limited means, or maybe, as I said earlier, a grandchild, why would gold make a good part of an investment for that type of person? I mean, gold's at $2,000 an ounce, so we think of it for wealthier people.
No, it's a good question, and honestly, why gold at all right now? Even for seasoned investors, but certainly for the young people trying to reach out, they're trying to figure out how I can get into something that starts out at about $2,000, and the big answer to that is you don't have to start out at $2,000. I was on a panel probably about 4 or 5 years ago where they asked about major innovations, and I was talking about the major innovation called gold. that's been around for 5,000 years. And the biggest innovation in our industry is how technology has made it more accessible to individuals in a variety of different ways. So yeah, gold's at 2,000, but you can enter, we have products that'll enter with a government guarantee at $50 an ounce and a 1% premium. Technology has caught up in the gold market, and you can start early and therefore in the long term see the benefits of gold ownership.
So what's the product you're talking about with $50?
Yeah, so that's the Perth Mint distributor depository online. It's a fantastic program, government guarantee, no ongoing storage fees, gold, silver, and platinum, $50 minimum, 1% in, 1% out. Hard to touch that.
Rich, at this conference, I don't think you use government guaranteed as a positive. You just...
I didn't say it was guaranteed by the US government. I said it was
Okay.
guaranteed by the state government of Western Australia.
Okay, so who else wants to chime in on what are the low-cost ways, Jeremy?
You
I'm
know,
looking at you.
we got gold backs for $4 and you can hold it in your hand. But you really asked this question about, how do you get new people into the space?
Yeah.
And yeah, Ed Moy, he was the director of the US Mint. When he came in a few years ago, their goal was to only lose 250,000 customers a year. Can you imagine having that as a goal as a business, to only lose 250,000 customers a year? What we really have in the precious metal space is an entire generation that cares about precious metals is aging out. And with Goldback, the main people buying Goldbacks right now and getting in at $4 and being introduced to gold for the first time, they're people that are my age. They're between 20 and 40. We've added over the last 3 years about 700,000 brand new people to the precious metals space. And the space needs it.
Excellent. Yeah.
Well, we don't have a gold culture in this country like we have in Europe and Asia, because our currency has never failed yet. But I think we're getting closer to that. So we don't have an educational system that teaches people why gold is sound money.
I don't think that's strictly true that the currency has never failed. Didn't you guys have a civil war at some point? And I would also say, if you think,
and the breaking of the window in 1970.
yeah, and if you think that you had $1 in 1913 when the Federal Reserve came in and it's now worth one penny on $1 that it was worth, that's sort of pretty close to a default.
True.
But I understand your point. There's not much of a gold culture in America.
But the point is, it's incumbent upon us to teach the younger people why it matters, because they're not going to get that education anywhere else. Now, as far as entry points, you don't have to buy an ounce of gold. You can buy smaller size gold coins, 10th ounce or quarter ounce gold coins that the US Mint makes, the Canadian Mint makes. You can also buy historical gold coins minted as currency back in the day from European countries that don't have collector premiums like equivalent US coins do from the same era, like 20 francs from Switzerland or France, or British gold sovereigns. These are 1/5 of an ounce to 1/4 of an ounce gold coins. You can buy uncirculated coins today at 10% premium over their gold content that cost $300-400. So there are entry points, and the obvious other choice for me is if you can't afford an ounce of gold, everybody can afford an ounce of silver. So that's another way to get an entry point for younger people.
Right, yeah.
Dana, I think it was you that was telling me the story the other day about being at a show like this and a young lad walking by and he looks over and he sees the stand and he shouts out, "When's the last time the gold went up by $1,200 in one day?" And I think that really speaks to the fact of the challenge that there is with younger people. If you all remember back to maybe the 80s, and I was saying this to Rich yesterday, when you watch something on TV, you had your favorite show on TV, and it'd be on a Saturday night, and you had to make sure that you were there in front of the TV and that your older brother didn't want to watch something else on a different channel in order for you to catch that. And if you missed it, your only opportunity was to go to your neighbor, your pal, and ask him what happened. What that actually did was we had to learn patience as kids, and that kind of came throughout our life. And what we've got now, we've got this instant gratification where you can go binge watch. You can go and binge watch anything you want on Netflix. When it comes to investing, people are investing in cryptocurrencies, and they're going up by $1,200 in one day. And people don't now understand the benefits of a really long-term investment. And I think it's really incumbent on people like the panel here to really educate people around that. And when it comes to investing in small amounts for young people, I'm looking at here, and don't take this personally, but I don't think that anybody here falls into that category. And what we deal with is high net worth individuals, mass affluent, what you probably call accredited investors, which is more like what the audience is sitting here. So rather than kind of turn Freedom Fest into a